Welcome to the 1,000 subscriber, 1,000 subscriber Q&A video. My name is Cody. I'm the writer, director, editor of yet another Neon Genesis Evangelion Abridged series.
And I'm Casey, and I am pretty much the sole male. I'm the soul of the series. No, I'm the sole male voice actor for the most part for pretty much every single character in the series, and I've encompassed a lot of Cody's other projects. And
we're going to answer some of your cues. We're going to A all over them.
I cannot wait to get out my A member and really A all over these cues.
Yeah. That's what we do on the weekends, folks. It's a Wednesday night. Anyways.
I mean, we started this. Well, I'm not going to say we at all because it's all 100% you. I've tried to run away from this many times, so I'm not even gonna. I
bring it back with a six-pack every time.
I'm somewhat of a Harrison Ford in terms of like Cody's life when it comes to trying to get me back into doing these recordings, because a long time ago I thought this was over. We did all these recordings all in one go, and I think we'll tell the full story later.
Yeah, there's a question that might apply to that. Yeah.
And I thought I was done. I thought I was out. And I was like, okay, it's over. And Cody kept on mentioning, we'll do the movies. I'm like, okay, yeah, Cody, we'll do the movies. Okay.
Yeah. Harrison Ford will come back and do episode 7. Yeah,
exactly.
Whenever that happens. Yeah.
And eventually, I've never seen the anime. I've never seen any of it. And I like other anime, but it was just that show in particular, I just never experienced it. So I never knew any of the characters I was voicing. I didn't know anything about them, and my experience with that show is only stuff that Cody spoon-fed to me. So I have a completely wild expectation or an observation of what that show is. Yeah. So I actually can't watch it. I will never watch it. I don't think I'll ever put that show in front of me. Even though it's very important. It's a very great show.
Well, before you call Casey a fake anime fan, he's watched more anime than I do, very niche things. He introduced me to Keep Your Hands Off Izukun. That's real anime right there. So don't make fun of Casey in the comments for not watching Ava, because Ava isn't for everybody.
I roped Cody into getting into JoJo and a few other things. I mean,
Casey
I've watched
One Piece. Yeah.
Yes, I do watch One Piece, but everyone should. It's not that hard. You sit and you watch 30 hours of YouTube every week. Everybody, you can watch a couple of One Piece episodes in there too. You'll get caught up.
Yeah, 30 hours of YouTube. Man, that's 60 episodes of One Piece right
exactly,
there. So,
exactly. Only 600 more to watch after that.
It's only 75% done. It's been on air for almost 20 years.
But I mean, let's before we babble on and spoil potential A's to the Q's, present the A's.
I'll present our first
present
A.
the Q's.
Present the Q's. We're presenting the A's to those Q's. Yeah. Okay, so this one's pretty good starter. How did your friend group meet, and what made you and your friends to make the channel? What made us want to make the channel? But how did we meet first? How about that? It's a double Q.
Well, I have one small story to contribute it, and that is Cody and I. Once again, I'm just saying that I have nothing to do with your channel currently, but we did have an attempt on making YouTube content during high school in the past, where we had
this is a memory.
We had a Let's Play series where Cody was roping me into playing Halo, and I didn't want to play Halo, and I had a very bitter, dumb mentality towards Halo, and I like teasing Cody about it, but it was just awful. But that's we were, children, and we were playing. We're doing because Game Grumps came out.
Yeah.
That's basically what it
and
was.
We're like, we can do that.
We can do that.
We couldn't,
but we can't because we're not funny.
Yeah.
And we realized that real quick. and but it's still there. But
Yeah.
that is the
We won't name the channel, but it is still on YouTube somewhere.
I found it. I'm still subscribed to it.
Oh.
But don't watch those. But that is like, that's kind of how it all started in terms of like trying to make content. That was a big thing for us, is like, because we met in high school, and I'll let Cody kind of go in terms of like the club and everything.
Yeah, so that's actually where the name Room 604 comes from. It was actually my dad's classroom number in the high school we went to, and he was the film teacher at our high school, and we all took several classes together as electives for all 4 years of high school, and that's how pretty much everybody in this series met, was in that classroom. Even our more minor voices, other than my uncle, who obviously did not go to high school with us, but
he was there. He was just held back a little bit.
Yeah, just about 30 years.
Like everyone that is in the series, anyone that is, tangentially a part of it, like anyone that was in the room was at the very least with us in high school, or at the very least in the club.
Yeah.
Which we were in a media club, and we would go to like competitions, do all that stuff, and that's where we kind of got our technical know-how, at least a bit of it, like a crumb of it, because we were mainly focusing on making videos, but I mean that's where a lot of like editing skill came from. And then after high school, I focused on audio, and that's where some of like podcast ideas and stuff came from. A lot of like little projects from that point. But
you guys remember Buckstars? That's where that came from.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll go on a little Buckstars tangent after all these questions. But I'd like to talk about Buckstars.
Yeah, Buckstars was fun. Yeah.
Well, let's definitely talk about it. But next question. Next cue.
Next cue.
That's essentially all there really is to it.
We met in high school. End of story. And we're still hanging out, not living in our parents' houses anymore. Thank God.
Yeah, that's the best part.
Yeah. Do you think the final Evangelion movie will ever come out, or is it doomed to be delayed for all of eternity? Well, I think like most things that are delayed and delayed and delayed forever, eventually they will come out, and they will not be disappointments. So
they've never been disappointments.
Yeah. There's never been something that was delayed forever and then came out that was the ending to something that ended up not being bad.
Maybe the final season of Samurai Jack.
Oh, yeah, that's the one exception to our non-sarcastic comment.
Or Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Ooh, yeah.
But it wasn't the end to something. It was the beginning.
Yeah, the beginning to a remake of something, yeah. But, I mean, Rebuild number 4 will come out, guys, and it will be probably as good as all the other endings of Evangelion, which is to say controversial, and people have their favorites.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I have no idea what Cody's saying. I have no idea what a rebuild is.
The rebuild movie the last rebuild movie was supposed to come out last month and didn't, and it's been delayed for almost a decade now.
Is that the one with Boruto?
See, now I don't know what you mean.
Speaking of starting your idea, now with Squarespace.
Yeah.
Getting your idea off the table.
Yeah. Not sponsored by Squarespace.
Let's go to
next cue, yeah. What was your favorite moment of recording Eva Abridged? The whole series forever has my fate love, especially Cowboy Karu. So he really appreciates your all right impression.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yes, Matthew McConaughey impression. Yes.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was. If you want to know where Karu came from, it was literally like we had him on paper. I wrote him as kind of a hippie character, and I'm like, fuck, I have absolutely no idea what this guy sounds like. Casey just went, well, I can do a Matthew McConaughey impression. I'm like, no, fuck it, let's do it, and then it worked. So.
God, yeah. No. I mean, Cody. What is your favorite recording story? I hope we don't have the same one.
Yeah, my favorite one was when we first introduced Asuka and we're trying to crack what her character sounded like, and we had so originally Asuka was supposed to be like a valley girl kind of. We're like trying to like pitch up voices to make it like and like like oh my god, that sort of thing. It just wasn't working. And then we're playing around. We're really trying to like crack this nut. And then the original voice actor for Masato was like, hey, Ari, who already voiced Maya and Rei, was like, she can do an impression of a Brooklyn accent, and I'm like, okay, let's try it. Like, that's something unique. And then just did the Brooklyn accent and then just continued to steal the show from there. And that was my favorite recording, was when we first introduced Asuka. So.
Yeah. So, I wouldn't say my story is like, because I mean, like I said, I was definitely a grumpy Harrison Ford type in terms of like actually recording everything. I was the most prima donna actor, man. Like I don't want to do it. You have to force me. And the gauntlet day.
Yes,
the day.
Yeah.
The day that. So, I went to an audio school, and I was able to snag a recording booth.
Yeah.
And we had hours to record.
We spent probably 8 hours, maybe even closer to 10, recording probably the last 5 to 6 episodes in one day.
Yeah. And it was it just me, you, and Emily?
And we also had Rachel, the new voice of Masato.
Rachel was there?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
and like no drinks were allowed in the studio area, so we had to like take breaks outside next to a soda machine. And like I was the only one with change, so I put like $5 into it and had a bunch of quarters come out. I was literally handing out quarters to everybody so we can get drinks because we're so hoarse after talking for almost 10 hours straight.
I think that reflects a bit in the final performances
of the last couple episodes.
We were exhausted and we were like just banging it out, every single line, just getting through it. And at least for all my stuff, like eventually I was just like, it was hard, and it was a big challenge, and it was, I would say, I mean, looking back on it now, it was fun, and I got to do something cool. Fuck, I had the burp. But no, I mean, we recorded for hours, and like just hanging out in that booth. We had so many. It was like I pretty much forgot every character as I was going.
Yeah.
Like, and also like losing the plot as you you would give me the script for the next episode, and I'm like, what's happening? What's going on?
Yeah.
And it's just like I would just record these with no context. I didn't know what was actually happening. I was just doing it. But Cody was a good director, so he got the performance out of me.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Tangent was one of my second favorite maybe was the clip show episode. Do you remember that? Where it was very repetitive. That was kind of a joke. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It's halfway through the series. I think it's episode 13 exactly. I can't remember top of my head, but it's so it was. I realized the plot of the early episodes of Ava were all very similar, so I had Shinji just repeat the same line over and over again as we jump from episode to episode, and you were like trying to pull a different performance out of each line to the point where the last one you were just totally monotone. But I'm like, that's not that funny. Of course, in the edit, I found it, and it was absolutely hilarious of just Shinji just like, die, motherfucker. Ah. Yeah.
I see, that's the thing. That's where, when it comes to the, like, me in the booth and recalling a line or a character, I don't think I could make that happen.
Yeah.
So I'd say next cue.
Okay. This is saying if we ever get invited to a con, if those ever happen ever again, do not ask us to do character voices.
I will go who.
Yeah.
Can you describe it?
Yeah, can you describe them physically?
And you'll get a worse version of it than I recorded that day.
Yeah. Next cue. Who is the best girl and why is it Maya?
Who's that?
Maya is
Hinata? Nami?
No.
Lisa?
No. That's JoJo, Casey.
Jolene.
No. Jolie Code Part 6 isn't out yet, Casey.
They should come out with Part 6.
They should come out with Part 6 at some point.
Okay,
Yeah.
who is that?
Maya,
and why are they
Maya
good?
is one of Ari's characters, obviously. She is the closeted lesbian character that everyone seems to love. All the not offensive, but still jokes about gay people we make on the show.
Cody, they are offensive.
They are offensive. Okay.
You shouldn't be allowed to be making these types
I
of
do
gags.
apologize.
But you're going to continue to do it. So.
Yeah.
You should apologize on this show now.
Okay, I do apologize if anyone was ever offended by the character of Maya on her show. I'm sorry that she is a sapphic minstrel.
God. Keep going.
Okay.
Is that why she's the best character?
I think that's why, if I were to dissect the frog here, as they say, I think the reason why not everyone likes Maya so much is because A, she's so innocent. I think everyone else is too busy cussing and like making dick jokes, and Maya is just in the background just saying like, I like girls, I think I lost the train of thought there. I think it's the innocence part of it and how Maya is usually reacting to something. I feel like when you have your characters like Shinji, who, he's stuck in the plot, while Maya can be kind of on the sidecar, just kind of hanging out, and that kind of opens up more comedy there. And I think like the joke about Asuka is that she is loud and brash, but she already does that in this series. So I think Maya also being kind of a totally different character from the original series is also pretty funny. If I were to guess why the best girl is Maya, which I would say Maya probably is best girl. So
Next scroll.
Okay. Okay, well, here's a long one. What is going to be the future for your channel? Is Ava going to be your main theme for your channel, or do you plan on doing other Bridge series? And furthermore, what is going to happen to your Bridge character? Are we ever going to see the personalities again, or no? So kind of a triple pronged question there. First one, what is going to be the future for your channel? Well, we're doing the rebuild movies.
Yes.
Hopefully to get the first one out this year. We are discussing bonus content in the meantime. What that's going to look like, we're not too sure yet. I mean, if we hit 10,000 subscribers, another Q&A video.
Stuff is in the pipeline in terms of more stuff for the channel, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
More ideas are getting churned. Things are going to happen. I am going to try to be less of a pain in the ass in terms of recording stuff, especially for these rebuild movies. Hopefully that'll lead to a better performance out of me.
Yeah.
But we just recently worked on a project that I thoroughly enjoyed recording.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely getting more into it. I'm definitely enjoying it a lot more. So.
Yeah, he's being a much less reluctant creative partner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And for all sexual relationships, that's good.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the future of the channel. Is Eva going to be your main theme for your channel, or do you plan on doing another Bridge series? Ava's going to be the main theme going forward until we finish rebuild movies. We haven't really thought about any other Bridge series, like making that the main focus of the channel. So I feel like we don't really want to jump the gun and like focus on something other than the rebuild movies as of right now.
Yeah, it'd be a little silly to like stray off in another direction.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure Casey willing that if we do finish rebuild movies and we're still like, this is still something fun we want to do, we'll probably do another Bridge series, something short. It's one season in a movie or something. Like, I don't know, Casey, don't do Cowboy Bebop abridged?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Another one?
Another one? Yeah, you show up your door with a script, you're like, fuck,
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah. I don't know, that's... Don't even act like that's an option, because honestly, we have zero thoughts about the next Bridge series.
Don't ask.
Yeah.
It's a bad idea.
Yeah.
We'll never do.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
What's going to happen to your Bridge characters? Are we going to see the personalities again, or no? I mean, we're going to see them in the rebuild movies, obviously. They all get 4 movies.
They'll be a little less controversial.
A little less controversial. A little more
we're
funny.
Gonna they will hopefully they will no longer be influenced by our like 2013, 2014 selves.
Yeah, I gotta understand. We were. I don't think I was 19 when I started writing this series, and I think you were still 18 when we first recorded this.
I mean, when it's an age difference, it's not really
our humor is matured, so the characters, of course, will be different. But like, you'll still know and love them. That's what I want to get
Yeah.
at. Like nothing drastic. I don't think there any like problematic things the characters are. Just maybe things they have said that will probably be changed. But
We've made a note to not. We've also made a note to refrain from like current memes for the most part.
Yeah.
That's a big problem when it comes to those early episodes. Is they're very influenced by just like
Meme culture
at the time.
Yeah, which
and stuff like that. And it's so funny to think that like that was what we thought was funny.
Yeah, I mean, like, and some of the jokes were, this is an old meme, and then that's why it's funny, because it's like, it's such an old meme, and then it's like, that meme is now so ancient and buried, no one gets the joke anymore.
Yeah, anything that is blank is why it's funny. We just need to not do that.
Yeah,
anymore.
right. It's funny because it's a reference.
Something being funny for some reason is not good enough sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of what's going to happen after rebuild movies, who's to say? I mean, if I ever learn how to use a 3D animator, like, you bet we're going to do little robot shorts. But I mean, that's highly unlikely. So
yes,
yeah.
Next scroll.
Next question. Okay, why?
That's my favorite question of the day.
Yeah.
Why? Why do anything? I recorded. Eventually, it was friend guilt. You got to do what he says. You got to maintain it. And then it became the promise that Cody was going to give me 6-packs. And he did. He did provide 6-packs to all recording sessions from henceforth. So that's my current motivation. But now with the rebuild movies and everything coming up, why has just become... I find it fun now, so we're gonna do it because it's fun.
Yeah.
And I'm still gonna squeeze 6-packs out of him. Like, I'm not crazy. I'm still gonna tell him, bring me a beer. But and it's definitely making my voice acting worse. And I'm definitely getting drunk before recordings. But that's how magic
That's
comes
where
into the
you
mic.
find the magic.
That's how you peak the microphone just right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
so
where the
pop it from
the
Pittsburgh.
performance is in the Bud Light lime.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
So and why for me? Well,
My Cody.
Well, yeah. So it first started because I thought it was fun to do. It was me hanging out with my friends from high school, making goofy little dick jokes.
Keep the years in mind. How long this shit's been going
we've been
on.
doing this for almost 6 years now. It's just insane.
Keep in mind how long of a time that is, and we have to look back on all that shit and just go, oh, we were.
Yeah. So someone stumbles across the 2015 episode 1, and I am not that person anymore, because you shouldn't be who you were in 2015. You should be a different person.
Definitely not be the person you were.
Yeah, 2015 you sucked. You be a better person. But yeah, why for me? It slowly started becoming an obligation to the fans, because we were getting active commenters and active ones, and then I enjoyed that. And then I stopped enjoying that. I think that's why we had such gaps between the last couple episodes, because it's just like, was they doing this for me or doing it for them? And I do like you guys, but I got to put me first sometimes. And sometimes I put me first for almost 2 years. And then, And then, and then I'm like, you know what? I want to see the series end because I'm a fan of it as well. And I sat down, I spoiled it all for myself because I'm the one who's edited this thing. And I knocked out episodes, 24, 25, 26, and here we are. Yeah.
At the end, a 6-year-long saga, and all the episodes are done.
Yeah.
And that's a big deal. It's a milestone.
Yeah.
Got it done.
So hopefully that answers your question.
Next scroll.
Next one. Okay. What was your least favorite episode of the Bridge series to record?
I guess it just goes back to the Gauntlet Day, in terms of just how difficult that was. I think the moment that was... There are 2 moments I can recall. I guess the big Shinji scream, maybe.
Yeah.
That was a little difficult. Also, there was like the Butt Pirate Cove thing.
Yeah.
That was a little difficult to do. I remember having to do that a lot. Like I remember recording that line forever.
Yeah, it was. You need to hit the B's just right on Butt Pirate to make it work, you know?
Yeah, Butt Pirate.
But I would say, honestly, our funniest jokes were the Butt Pirate jokes. Like
It did come out pretty fun.
Yeah.
That's a funny
Yeah.
thing. But I remember that being grueling to record.
Yeah.
But I think that was all because it was all just crammed into that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of already answered in terms of the recording.
Yeah.
But and I guess for Cody, it's whatever I was being the biggest baby for.
Yeah. Mine was probably the Jet Alone episode, the Menace 9001. Is none of those jokes have aged well, so it's even more of a sore stain. And then just like, I mean, that was a pain in the ass to write too, because I'm just on this episode. I'm like, this iconic episode with the giant robot fighting the Evangelion. We gotta do something with it, and like, this character is mildly sexist. What if the whole joke is that everyone's sexist? You know. And then it was, and just recording it, and the jokes weren't landing. That was in one of my infamous long monologues I made you do, and we're just there for a while. Can't remember what year this was, but I think we might have either been in your first apartment or your parents' house, and just recording that line over and over again. And just like the joke, because the joke that itself is not the punchline to the joke; it's what Masato says afterwards. So it's a long monologue of just no joke, and then another character my voice recorded later picks it up and says it.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Was that the last one?
No, got one more.
I say next roll.
Okay. Why not retire?
It's a good idea. No, I mean, I guess if I have an answer for that, it's just like there's no. I mean, continue doing creative things is good.
Yeah. I think we have more story to tell. That's why we're here. And
I don't have a story to tell.
Yeah. Well, okay.
I'm gonna just spout it out.
Yeah. I got to babysit Casey more and buy more beers, so that's why he's here.
I'm the sock puppet, and Cody's the hand in my ass.
Okay, yeah, but that's we really want to do the rebuild movies. Like Casey said earlier, we are working on another project coming down the pipeline, coming out pretty soon. We had probably the most fun recording audio we've ever had doing that project.
Yeah.
So it's really really kicking our ass about like in a good way of like getting us energized for what's coming next. So and I'm reviewing scripts. I got the first 3 movies written out. I'm just punching up the script right now. And hopefully we'll get those started sometime soon. So,
yeah, get a nice big professional style recording done for the movies. Knock it all out, get it done. We'll be smarter about it, of course, than we were with the previous recordings that we've done. But yeah, I mean, for the future's looking good. So I'm excited about that, and of course, 100%. This is all Cody's creations. This is all his stuff. I'm here to do the funny voice. I'm here to say the funny words.
Casey is acting like he's flattering me, but really he's just trying to set me up as the fall guy. So in case anything does go wrong, it's all on me.
No one knows who I am. No one. Yeah. You're the one. You're the face of the account. I'm not the. Nothing. None of this can fall on me.
Well, I'm dragging you down with me, so.
Okay. When's Buckstars 2?
When's Buckstars 2? Yeah.
That's the big deal. When's Buckstars?
We did write a second episode of Buckstars, and the whole thing was just a giant Game of Thrones joke. And looking back, I'm so glad we didn't make it, because that.
With the way Game of Thrones turned out.
Exactly. It would have aged like a rotten egg. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I feel like we wrote like 3 episodes of that.
I think we had 3 plotted out, but we didn't write it. And I know 2 we actually were in the process of recording, and it just kind of fell apart there.
Yeah, definitely fell apart. I think there came a moment where we were sitting like on the floor in my bedroom.
Yeah.
Recording lines where we all just kind of like, oh.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
But Now for the Buckstars portion.
Okay, let's do the. Casey only agreed to this if we talked about Buckstars.
Yeah. I love Buckstars. Yeah. and it like that video only has like 2 comments on it. I'm glad.
Yeah.
But Cody's just humoring me now to let me talk about Buckstars for a bit. Yeah. But Buckstars became a huge inspiration for all my future, like, well, not, I'm not saying like all my future endeavors, all because of Buckstars. But it's like it crept into a lot of like sci-fi stuff I liked. The main character of Buckstars became like my default like creative character for like a lot of things, especially with like Outer Worlds and Fallout and stuff like that. It also became a bit of the inspiration for a D&D campaign I'm currently running with all my friends, Cody included. But Buckstars was just like it's always an idea I like to come back to, or I always like to come back to those characters because I think they're funny. The idea of pulpy sci-fi nonsense is always one of my favorites. And Outer Worlds was like definitely a game that like reminded me of it the most, and that's why it kind of had a big resurgence in my head, and that's why I revisited that video, and I mean, it's got I time and time again say I like the theme music that Cody made, but it was just him pressing like 3 notes on a synth and just make it ascend up, and it's like it sounds good, it sounds great, and I like the logo he made. Yeah,
I was going to say my the most proudest thing I am on this channel is most proudest thing I did on this channel is that the Buckstars logo.
That Buckstars logo looks really good. It looks so good on a shirt. There's no reason to continue doing those movies when you can just bring Buckstars back from the dead. And just use that logo again.
Yeah, it's I have been tempted to put that on shot glass at some point.
It's a good logo.
On a mug, yeah.
It's a fun logo.
Yeah.
It's it looks good. It looks good when you have it the Apple podcasts and you see it in the background.
Yeah, it's like that mint green that kind of makes the background. Yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah, maybe one of these days. Because I mean, it originally was gonna be a anthology thing where we come up with different sci-fi stories, because I am in love with a podcast called Fantasy Fiction that went on while we were in high school and ended in like 2016 or something. It only lasted a couple years, but that's what I was inspired by. But we then went into it eventually became stories, a radio play style thing with these characters that we made up. Scott Daring is like the captain, and he's like my baby. He's like the main character I made, and I use it for everything. But everything else was like a collaborative idea for the most part. But everything else.
So in closing, look forward to the Rebuild movies. Like I said, we're trying to get the first one out before the end of the year. If we all get vaccinated, get your vaccines, kids. And then we'll look forward to our new it's a thing that's coming out. You'll like it. It's fun. It's coming out soon. New content coming out soon.
YouTube content is happening.
And hey, Buckstars might be coming back from the dead. Who knows?
It won't. Maybe.
Maybe.
We're gonna use that logo again for something.
Yeah.
That's a promise.
Thanks for submitting your cues. So we can A all over them.
We A'd. I'm so drained. I couldn't possibly A again today.
So all 9 of those cubes really took it out of us. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And we appreciate you guys. It's been a fun 6 years.
Yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed the voices. It was a lot of fun. I had a great time recording.